Now, you made some revelations in the book, Mark, about the vetting of Romney's running mate, Chris Christie. That
potential running mate.
Potential running mate.
Mm-hmm.
And these are things that apparently were pretty closely guarded by the Romney campaign, and they seem fairly upset that they've come out. But tell us about some of the things that you found out about
Chris Christie.
the Chris Christie vetting.
Well, Governor Romney at first thought, well, maybe I'll pick Chris Christie, and then he looked at some of the things in his background, little scandals, little controversies that had, some of them, if you Googled, you'd see them, but weren't known nationally. And he thought, that's a little too much. I don't want to take on that potential controversy. Then one of his advisors said, look, we're getting killed every day in the media. Barack Obama is dominating this race. We need a street fighter because we're in a street fight. And so he urged him to reconsider Christie. They looked at his background closer, and they found a bunch of stuff. Chris Christie used to be a lobbyist, and one of his clients was an organization that at the time was headed by Bernie Madoff. That's a 30-second ad that writes itself.
Yeah.
He also, when he was the U.S. Attorney in New Jersey, the Inspector General's office looked at his spending habits when he went on the road for business. All this stuff, nothing like a huge smoking gun, but Mitt Romney thought, this stuff's a little too controversial in the glare of a national campaign. I don't want to take that on. And the report they delivered to him, laid that out in black and white, and the next day, after Governor Romney got it and read it, he said, nope, I'm not picking Chris Christie.
So did Chris Christie, that famous walk on the beach, that really that was, I think, the final nail in the coffin. How did that come?
President?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did that come about? I mean, because Chris Christie
to the Romney people. I mean, they had to be incredibly
they had to be
frustrated
crazy.
Yeah, they were crazy. One of Romney's advisors was telling people, people talked about it as a bear hug. He saw it more as a French kiss.
Yeah.
Look, when a governor has a disaster, they tend to look for help from anywhere they can get it, and it's often from presidents. What Romney thought was, look, I understand Christie's governor, but he's also maybe a little being too exuberant here. Why does he need to go as far as he did?
He didn't.
And I think
that's the thing.
The criticism was you can get help from the president. You can appear with the president, but you got to try to, with days to go before the election, an election so important to the Republican Party, calibrate things a little more.
I think he actually threw that. I think he threw that election because that was the final. That was the final blow. I mean,
and it was right before the election.
Right.
So,
I mean, and you can't tell me that
tough.
Chris Christie didn't know. Did he?
He's a savvy guy, but I'll tell you, he's also, and this is Governor Romney's view, he's also kind of an emotional guy. And he was getting no sleep. And here was the President of the United States offering help. And like I said, a lot of Romney people were furious. And to this day, a lot of Romney people are furious about it. But I think that the candidate himself, Governor Romney, thought, well, it's just Chris being Chris, a little over-exuberant, but no doubt that it hurt. And Governor Christie could have, as I said, calibrated it just maybe a little bit more and not lean so hard in favor of the president.